Power, precision, drivability. That is what the car right here is all about. With variety of engine options back in the day, this was on hot hatch available to the Indians, and it is one of the favorite car that all the enthusiasts love. So I have with me the 1.2 GT TSI with the 7-speed DSG. And this is not your regular 1.2 GT TSI. This is a Code 6 built stage 2 car. So before getting into the details of this car, do subscribe to Torque and Throttle and give us a like so that we can get you more cars like this. Coming to the side, what catches attention are these wheels from BBS. It's a 17-inch wheels X 7.5J, and this Michelin low profile tire, a 17-inch PS4, which makes the grip immense for this car. And then you can see it's lowered well. That is because of the coilover setup, that is the KW street coilovers. It's so nice to drive with this coilover setup and this tire setup. It feels like a complete go-kart. It's so nice to change the lanes and move here and there with the car for the power it offers. So with the sides explained, let's get into the interior of this car. Inside of the car too is cleanly done. First thing that stands out right here is the seats from Stanley. Soft material and this red inserts are the key highlights of the seat cover. And then he's done a couple of OEM material changes inside the car. So first thing is the RCD 330 unit, okay, that is from Volkswagen. And then he's got this GTI steering wheel and GTI speedometer. So these two, it adds a different aesthetics to the car right here, and it is completely different from other Polos right there, because this is only seen in the TSI, the 1.8 TSI, that is the GTI version. And then you can see a completely blacked out interior too. So these are the changes that is seen on the inside of this Polo. Let's check out the exhaust note of this car and then drive this around. Polo is one car that came with various engine options. It came with 1.5 TDI, 1.6 TDI, 1.2 GT TSI, and the last generation came out with 1 liter TSI and a 1 liter MPI too. So I am driving right now the 1.2 GT TSI, as I told you guys. This used to put out 103 horsepower and 175 Nm of torque. But then after this remap and the current setup we have, the car puts around 135 horsepower and 235 Nm of torque. And guys, it makes so much difference. And the way the car drives is much different compared to the stock car, because I have driven a stock car for a long time, and I myself own a 1 liter TSI. So before that I used to drive around the 1.2 liter GT TSI. So with that and the current setup, like I told you, the KW coilovers and the 17-inch low profile Michelin tires, the Pilot Sport 4, it does immense difference on the car. The car sticks onto the ground, and the only thing I feel a bit odd, it's not odd, it's a thing once you get these kind of coilovers, we are not even able to record the video properly because it's stiff. It's really stiff, and the small bumps are even felt well inside the car, and that is because of this low profile tires too. It's not just the coilovers. So other than that, the setup is just beautiful, and the curves and corners just feels so light with this car. To be honest, like I told, a go-kart. That's how fun this is to drive. And I like this GTI steering wheel. It looks more appealing compared to the stock steering wheel that you get. So this setup, beautiful. Then compared to 1 liter TSI, people ask me, is 1.2 better or the 1 liter TSI better? The thing after tuning, what I felt is the 1 liter puts out, better power. Even though it's a 3-cylinder engine, it puts out more power and torque compared to this engine. But then the gearbox is just lovely. This gearbox, feels much sharp and stronger, more active. That's how I would like to define the DSG gearbox as. This 7-speed feels much more active compared to the torque converter that I've got in my car. So that is the thing. So it's upon you to decide what you want. The other reasons why the car is fun to drive is this blow off valve from HKS. These are some things which keeps the keen towards driving much better always. I personally like how this blow off valve makes that kind of whistling sound every now and then. And with that, this exhaust, that is the Borla Spitfire N-Can, it's really good. It's not like that loud as such. A subtle sound with this pops and bangs in between. I can call it burbles, that's a better term. It's not pops and bangs as such. So with these two combinations, the car is fun to drive when set, and once floored, you can listen to it how it is. I'll add certain clips of the pull and that exhaust sound again, and certain flybys too, so that you'll get an idea of how the car is from outside as well as from the inside. So guys, we have reached towards the end of the review of this beautifully done 1.2 GT/TSI by Code6. So a big shout out to Carmet Bangalore for giving us this car today for review. And guys, thank you for watching. Do subscribe and hit the like button so that it'll be a motivation for me to get on with other videos and get you more cars like this. Thank you guys. See you in another vlog.